greatest memory probably would be obviously '93, first year to lucky enough to get into a good side and probably sneak into a a backline position.
He's a pretty cool sort of young man, and at that period, and he had some arduous tasks. I'd have to say there wouldn't be any better 10 full forwards in the history of the game playing when he was doing year 12 and playing on them. I mean, it was just quite an amazing performance for he probably did the hardest, toughest year 12 I've ever known.
For mine, it's been the greatest Essendon player along with James Hird in my time at the club, and would be our greatest defender in the history of the club.
Fletcher, one hand, too good.
Yeah, the feeling to sit with your name alongside these greats is pretty special. It's a great club, and I suppose when I do finish footy, to see your name up there is going to be pretty satisfying, I think.
Across his body, out of video by Fletcher. He's got the longest legs I've ever seen, the bloke in arms. He's a gadget man.
I'm just rapt to be part of this great club and play 300 games for Essendon.
To the footy show.
300 games.
How good a player would you have to be to play 300?
Do you ever stop to consider how good you have to be to seriously play 300 games, Gary?
I do, and he is a great.
Debuted back in 1993, two-time, shut up Sam, premiership player, best and fairest winner, All-Australian ×2. And ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for Dustin Fletcher playing game number 300.
It has been a long and spectacular journey for Essendon defender Dustin Fletcher. He debuted for the Bombers at the ripe old age of 17 in 1993, while still at school at Essendon Grammar, after being taken under the father-son rule. Now, after 17 seasons, 2 premierships, a best and fairest and All-Australian honours, Fletcher, who turns 34 next Thursday, plays game number 300. The man with the Inspector Gadget arms and legs is low maintenance and low profile, but his value at Essendon is priceless.
Into half forward, they need a mark, Fletcher.
I honestly can't split Hird and Fletcher.
The long kick, well done, Fletcher.
Fletcher, obviously being a full-back, probably doesn't get those kudos. In terms of their contribution and their importance to the club, I honestly can't split them.
Kicks it to the square, looking for Famora. Great play there by Fletcher.
When the odds are against us, he has the ability to beat 2 or 3 players. He's a beautiful kicker of the football. I think up there with probably one of the best defenders of all time. It's a special moment because if you said in 10 years' time that you played in Dustin Fletcher's 300th game, people will be like, wow, that's a pretty good achievement.
Quiet, doesn't say that much, but when he does talk, everyone listens, and he's a bit of a larrikin and a pretty funny fella. He's just a champion. It's as simple as that, yeah.
But look at that, Fletcher from behind.
I've had some great highs over the time, and I wouldn't swap that for the world, because footy's what I love, and I've enjoyed every part of that.
How many times has he done that in his career, Fletcher? Fantastic. Inspector Gadget.
Being full back and being on some of the the gun full forwards, it was a week by week sort of, it was pretty tough.
Goes with a long kick up towards Kernahan. Belted away by Dustin Fletcher.
I never once thought it was easy. I was lucky enough to sneak into that side in '93 with some good players sort of beside me, so that sort of made it a lot easier.
The year 2000, which people regard as arguably the greatest team in a season of all time, he won our best and fairest, and he was enormous.
Number 31, Dustin Fletcher.
To win the best and fairest was a good honour, but obviously you look back and the grand finals are one for me.
They have won their 16th premiership.
I suppose in 20 years' time, when you look back at the Essendon Footy Club, Fletcher's name will be up there in the top 5 players remembered of all time.
I think what I'd like to say to the players is don't take for granted what you've got and while he's here, because we're very spoilt and been very fortunate enough to play with him.
And out come the Bombers, led by number 31. What a player Dustin Fletcher has been at Bomberland. What a dynasty. It all started back in 1967 when his dad Ken debuted and went on to play 264 games. Malcolm Blight, you said earlier, the word champion is used very loosely these days, but he is a champion.
Oh, look, Stephen, he's one of my favourite players of all time. I'm talking about there. He's right up there with the best fullbacks, best defenders of all time, an out-and-out champion, and a really nice fellow too.
That is for sure. So 300 games for Dustin Fletcher, a very rare achievement indeed. The Lions are out.